What the fuck is up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Tony's Corner, a Great Girth segment. My apologies for the appearance, folks. I am a parent with children and a wife, so I'm ever moving. I'm always kind of on the go, so that's why you see the background change a lot. That's why I look tired all the fucking time. But we're here now. We're going to be doing another trailer reaction. So I know I promised you guys the whole VHS franchise tier list ranking. Problem with that is there's two side films I haven't seen yet, Siren and Kids vs. Aliens, and then there is also Halloween. So VHS Halloween is coming out. That is something that I do want to watch before I do that tier list ranking. I'm actually very excited for it. I love those movies. I got to watch those side movies. And then, of course, the boys and I are planning the Great Halloween special over at the Great Girth Podcast. If you don't know what that is, go check out the Great Girth Podcast. If you're not into politics, definitely stay away from it. But once a year on the Great Girth Podcast, we do the Great Halloween special. We've been doing them for pretty much as long as there's been seasons. So we're on season 6. That is coming up. It's me, Austin, my childhood friend, and then a brother of mine. That's the only time they ever come on the show. So we're looking forward to that, but that is coming. However, because of that, being busy, the wait for VHS Halloween and just having to watch those two side films, I really, really do want to wait until those come out before I just jump right into doing a tier list, because I don't want to have to redo it once I see Halloween. So let's wait in time. Maybe what I will do is I'll record, I'll do couple movie reviews for them, like those are really hard to do because the thing I have is the problem I have is there's each film has multiple stories, so it's really, really hard to kind of review those for that reason. Anthologies are, there's some that are good, some that are bad, so maybe that's what I'll do while I wait, because we do have to wait till October 3rd, unfortunately. Sorry for that, folks, but that is exactly what's gonna have to happen. However, I've been talking a lot. Let's just get right into it. I like the old school aesthetics.
Hello? Oh, hi. I'm Rich, by the way. Will.
We're renting a house in town. 8 years living on base. I just think my missus is ready for a little taste of normal.
Well, if normal is what you're after, you two are going to love Derry.
You don't like it much down here, do you, Miss Handler?
It's hard not to miss the things you leave behind.
Cox.
We're getting into the swing of it, though. Starting to feel like home.
Things happen here. We don't really talk about it. No one does.
Ooh, Shawshank State Prison. I like that.
But maybe you could figure out what really happened to him.
Could have been a drifter.
Do you think somebody could kidnap a kid and keep him underground? In the sewers?
What happened out there, Helen?
We have 25 disappearances, 7 confirmed deaths, mostly children.
God damn.
Something bad's coming.
This actually looks good.
What is that?
Well, shit. Dude, that looks creepy. Ooh, James Remar. October 26th? What? Okay, so October 26th. That's a weird way. Again, dude, we have all these really cool properties coming out, and they're just dropping the ball like that, making us wait so damn long. Dude, that looks fucking good. That looks really good. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I chose not to mention what we're watching exactly. I just realized that. I didn't tell you guys, so surprise. That was a trailer reaction to Welcome to Derry, the new It show. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't really care for the last two that we got. I'd rather watch the one from the 90s when I was a kid. That scared the shit out of me. Or, to be quite honest with you, I'd rather read the book. That's just my 2 cents. But after watching that, dude, I'm not going to lie, that does look good. That looks up my alley. It looks like we're going to get a little more like background. We're going to get the story of the town. And because if you read the book, there's a lot about the town. And if you watch any of the show or the movies, it shows you that the town is very much about hiding things, very much about hiding past tragedies and not talking about certain things happening to children. And so I want to know, like, how are they going to evolve that? That's what I wanted to see, because I really don't want to see the same old, like what we've seen, a clown that just hunts, well, an alien entity that takes the image of what you're afraid of and haunts you. I really don't want to see just that. I want to see like the town. I want to see what happened to make the town the way it is. Sure, we're probably going to get characters from the movies that are in this as like little kids or something. I'm positive for that, but realistically, man, that looks good. Because yeah, I did not like the first two. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be the stickler, but first one, it was good. Don't get me wrong, they were good movies. I just didn't care for that. Not as much as I liked the show. When I was a kid, man, that show, Tim Curry, scary as fuck. But Bill Skarsgård did a great job. I'm not trying to, take away from his hard work. He did do a good job as the character. The kids were great. It was actually a really good movie. It's just didn't have that scare effect. Obviously, when you're a kid, it's different versus being an adult. It was more about story, which I wasn't against at all. I like that too, but God, it was just so boring, dude. Maybe it's just me, but I thought that chapter 1 and 2 were so boring. The second one was a little more interesting to me, even though most people hate the second part of the story where there's adults involved. James McAvoy was great. Bill Hader, everyone else is great in it. I always forget her name. She's in there. Jessica, I think it's Chastain or Chas. I can't remember. She's in there. Great, dude. Great assembled cast. Again, good story all the way up until the end when they show you what Pennywise really is, and you're like, yeah, that's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know, dude. There's a lot wrong with those movies, but there's also a lot good. They just aren't, dude, they were just kind of like built up to be something so big, and they were just so disappointing. I won't really rewatch them ever. I might just for the sake of watching the show that's coming out, but now this show I want to see. It looks good. It looks exactly like what I'm looking for. I'm typically, dude, I'm not an origin story person. This is something I've been wanting to talk about on the show. I've been wanting to have some people on to discuss this. I am not a fan of newer films and shows because I feel like every director that comes around needs to have an explanation for everything. Why were these people hurt? I don't care. Why did this guy become a bad guy? What happened when he was a kid? I don't care. Or, where did this alien race come? I don't care. Sometimes you don't need an explanation. And that's the best part. That is why films like Alien work so well. There was no explanation. Other than, yeah, it came from a planet. But like, dude, that's cool. We don't need the beginning of time. We don't, even though I like those movies, don't get me wrong, dude. I'm sitting here bitching, but I'm also a fan of some of these things. Like universes, we do not need universes. I'm one of those guys where I feel like there's too many like explanation type films and shows that come out, but this is one of them, and I actually want to see it because I feel like if we got a little more background on that character, it would be way more interesting than what we were given. I know that it's being made by the guy that made the first two films, or I can never say his name. It's like Andy something, I believe, right? I know he did The Flash. Shows you how much I know about newer directors. I'm more of a John Carpenter, Cronenberg kind of guy myself. But yeah, I actually want to see this now. I was not looking forward to this. I'm going to be honest too, guys. Like, I know how shitty I sound. I was not looking forward to watching this because I had no intention of watching the show to begin with. Like I said, I did very little research on this. I knew that they were going to make the show. That was inevitable. The movies made so much money. They even got good reviews, even based on people that still didn't like them. They were like me. They were still like, I wasn't a fan of it that much, but it was still a good movie. I respect what it did. It works great. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's just boring and it doesn't appeal to me. So I just, I had no intention of watching this show at all. But now that I've seen this trailer, I'm definitely going to watch this fucking show. It looks like it could be better than the movies, and I'm not going to lie to you, I hope that's the case. I was so disappointed by those movies. The book is great, though. Read Stephen King's It. The book is phenomenal. Stephen King's a weird motherfucker. The book shows it, dude. He is the best. He's literally the greatest author of all time, in my opinion. So read Stephen King's It at the very least. You don't necessarily have to watch any of the movies or shows. They're all good in their own way, but none of them actually follow the book. So they do and they don't. We can sit here and argue all fucking day long about adaptations being faithful, but Welcome to Derry, the new show from HBO Max. What did you think of it? Are you guys looking forward to it like I am now? Because after seeing that, dude, marking my calendar. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you check out the Great Girth podcast if you're into political shit. if you're not, or you don't want to know like what my politics are for whatever reason, which I understand, I don't like when people I follow really talk about politics. Even if I agree with them, I really just don't want to hear it. We come to these to get away from political lectures and shit. So if you're not into politics or you don't want to know what my politics are, just stay away from the Great Girth podcast. But if you want a spicier version of me, it's there. It's also got a lot of movie content as well. We do review movies every now and then, Austin and I should say. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I will see you on the next one soon. I apologize about the VHS franchise tier list ranking. We'll get to that. We're just waiting for those other three. As soon as Halloween comes out and as soon as I watch those other two, I promise that tier list is coming. Until then, folks, remember to always, always, always stay rad.